Do you feel that tingling sensation in your legs at the end of the afternoon? Have you ever woken up with swollen feet or with the feeling that your legs are heavy, as if you had walked for miles even though you've been sitting all day? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you should know that you are part of a growing group of people over 60 who are facing the silent discomforts caused by poor circulation. According to a recent survey conducted by an association of cardiologists, about 7 out of 10 elderly people over 60 have some degree of circulatory insufficiency in their lower limbs, but many are not even aware of it. It's a problem that sets in gradually and, when noticed, is already limiting quality of life. Imagine the following situation. Mrs. Helena, 72 years old, lives alone in a simple but tidy house. She has always enjoyed taking care of the plants in the backyard, walking to the market on Saturdays, and going to Mass on Sundays with her neighbors. But for a few months now, Mrs. Helena has been avoiding leaving the house. She felt tired easily, her legs swelled up in the late afternoon, and at night it was common for her to wake up with pain, as if they were throbbing. At first, she thought it was just the heat or the weight of age. Then, she believed it was because she was sitting for too long watching television. When she noticed that her legs were covered with bulging and painful veins, that the skin was darkening near her ankles, and that walking to the gate was already an exhausting task, she realized that something was wrong. But even so, she didn't seek help. "It's just old age, what can you do?" she repeated to herself. And so, day after day, she lost not only her enthusiasm, but also her independence. Donna Helena's story is similar to that of many elderly people who start living with poor circulation as if it were something normal and inevitable. But it's not. And what few people know is that this discomfort can be treated and even prevented with simple actions. First and foremost, it's important to understand in simple terms what this so-called poor circulation is. Blood needs to circulate throughout the body to deliver oxygen and nutrients to cells. When this circulation is compromised, especially in the legs and feet, the tissues don't receive what they need and start to show signs. Swelling, tired legs, tingling sensation, pain when lying down, varicose veins that become increasingly apparent, changes in skin color. All of this can be a consequence of poor circulation. This problem, despite seeming merely aesthetic or temporary, can progress. People with poor circulation can't sleep well because the discomfort in their legs increases when they lie down. They have difficulty walking short distances, avoiding leaving the house or exercising. In more severe cases, wounds appear that don't heal easily, which can lead to infections. And most worryingly, many ignore these signs for years, believing it's just old age or the result of fatigue. But the truth is that there is an explanation for this, and more importantly, there is a solution that can be started at home, without expensive medications or invasive interventions. It's common for the elderly to avoid talking about these pains. Many are ashamed of visible varicose veins, swelling, or leg discoloration. Others believe it's not worth seeking help because they think they've lived long enough to take care of this now. But what few know is that these pains, this daily discomfort, don't have to be part of the routine. Poor circulation can be relieved and, in many cases, reversed with small changes in daily life. And the key to this may lie in diet. Many elderly people like Donna Helena have spent years hearing that eating well simply meant avoiding sugar or controlling blood pressure. But as the years go by, the body requires more than just avoiding what's harmful. It needs to receive what truly helps. And there is indeed an accessible, inexpensive, and natural food that can directly help improve circulation, relieving pain, reducing swelling, and even helping prevent varicose veins. The best part is that this food can easily be included in breakfast, lunch, or dinner without the need for complicated recipes or high expenses. As we speak of Donna Helena's reality, you may be reminded of someone in your family, a neighbor, or even yourself. Someone who has stopped walking to the gate because of heavy legs, who has stopped shopping because they couldn't stand for too long, who sleeps with their legs propped up on pillows trying to relieve the pain, who has tried creams, compression stockings, massages, and still hasn't seen any improvement. Unfortunately, this type of situation repeats itself every day. But there is another side to this story. the side of those who discovered that it's possible to change this reality, of those who decided to start small, with simple steps, and now feel lighter legs, sleep better, and have regained the confidence to walk around the block. And that's what we'll show in this video. We're not talking here about a miraculous cure or immediate solutions. Poor circulation is a process that develops over time, and therefore improvement is also gradual. But it is possible. With the right food, combined with small daily habits, it is entirely feasible to regain control of your circulatory health. And that's precisely what motivates us to continue, knowing that, with proper guidance and a little discipline, it's possible to restore freedom and well-being to those who most deserve to live with quality of life in their golden years. Perhaps you wonder, why does almost no one talk about this? Why do healthcare professionals often gloss over this topic, only treating the symptoms? The answer is simple. The medical routine is rushed. The focus is usually on medications, and often natural and accessible solutions end up being sidelined. But they exist. And more than that, they work. The human body has an incredible capacity to respond when it receives the right stimuli. Diet is one of the safest, most direct and effective ways to improve circulation. Gradually, Donna Helena also understood this. When she first heard about this powerful food that helps improve vein health, she decided to try it. She went to the market, bought it, prepared it as she had learned, and began consuming it every day. In 1 week, she felt lightness when walking. In 2, she started sleeping better. And at the end of the first month, she went back to tending her plants and even paid a visit to the market. Like old times, the smile returned to her face. And most importantly, she felt that she had regained a piece of life that she thought was lost. This change is not a privilege of Donna Helena's. Anyone can start today. All you need is the right information and the willingness to take care of yourself. And if you've made it this far, you've already taken the first step. Don't ignore what your body is telling you. Pain, swelling, varicose veins, heavy legs, all of this is a sign that your circulatory system is asking for help. And we're here to show you how to answer that call in a simple, natural, and effective way. At the end of this video, we will reveal what this accessible food is that can change your relationship with leg and foot pain. But that's not all. We will also explain how to use it correctly, what habits enhance its effects, and what else you can do to improve circulation without having to resort to expensive medications or uncomfortable procedures. What follows may transform the way you care for your body. And best of all, in a way that fits into your routine, respects your time, and delivers real results. So stick with us, because what we're going to show in the next segment could be the first step towards saying goodbye to varicose veins and welcoming a new life of lightness and well-being. To understand how this problem can be solved, we need to take a step back and understand, in simple terms, how circulation works in the legs and feet. Imagine your body as a city. The arteries are like major avenues, where oxygen-rich blood and nutrients travel from the heart to every little part of the body. The veins, on the other hand, are like the return streets, where this blood goes back to the heart after nourishing the cells. The problem is that for the blood to return from the legs and feet to the heart, it needs to go upwards, and that goes against gravity. To help with this task, the body has small valves inside the veins that function like gates, opening for the blood to rise and closing right after, preventing it from going back down. What happens over time is that these valves lose strength and efficiency, and when they don't work properly, the blood starts to accumulate in the legs, causing swelling, pain, varicose veins, and a feeling of heaviness. It's like trying to fill a water tank at the top with a leaky, low-pressure hose. The water doesn't rise, accumulates along the way, and starts to cause leaks. With blood, it's similar. It can't return as it should and starts to concentrate in the lower limbs. And worse, this circulatory difficulty doesn't come alone. It usually appears accompanied by other factors that further exacerbate the situation, especially in those over 60 years old. Among the main causes of poor circulation are some habits that, at first glance, seem harmless. Sedentary lifestyle is one of them. Sitting or lying down for long periods without moving your legs causes the blood to stagnate, without stimulation to circulate. It's like leaving a river dammed for a long time. The water loses strength, becomes cloudy, and starts causing problems. The same happens with blood. When there is no movement, it doesn't flow as it should, and this directly impacts the health of the veins. Another silent villain is excessive salt in the diet. Excessive salt causes the body to retain fluid. This increases the volume of blood, overloads the veins, and causes swelling, especially in the feet and ankles. We also need to talk about the lack of hydration. Drinking little water thickens the blood and makes it difficult to pass through the vessels. Over time, this favors the appearance of pain, varicose veins, and even clots. Poor circulation can also be aggravated by poorly controlled health problems, such as diabetes and high blood pressure. In the case of diabetes, excess sugar in the blood damages blood vessels, making them more fragile and further hindering circulation. Hypertension, on the other hand, causes extra strain on the veins, which are already compromised by age. And we cannot forget about smoking. Smoking causes the contraction of blood vessels, decreases oxygenation, and accelerates the aging process of the veins. It's like trying to push a thick liquid through a narrow straw. It doesn't flow, and the body feels it. Now think about some very common behaviors that, without us realizing it, may be worsening the situation. Crossing your legs for long periods, for example, compresses the blood vessels and prevents blood from flowing easily. Frequent use of very tight clothing on the legs or waist also hinders circulation. And a very common mistake is to stay still after meals. Many people, after lunch or dinner, lie on the couch and spend hours without moving. This further decreases circulatory activity at a time when the body is already trying to digest food and needs more blood flow to the digestive system. Another mistake that seems small but makes a difference is the excessive use of creams and ointments, thinking that this alone will solve the problem. Of course, a good cream can help momentarily relieve the discomfort, but it doesn't act inside the veins, which is where the real problem lies. Many people also believe that if they don't feel intense pain, they don't need to worry. But poor circulation doesn't always hurt. Sometimes it manifests itself only with a slight feeling of heaviness, a fatigue that comes out of nowhere, or a persistent itch. And by ignoring these signs, the person allows the problem to worsen. Imagine now the story of Mr. Antonio, 68 years old, retired. He has always been active. He liked to walk in the park and take care of the garden. But after he started feeling pain at the end of the day, he decided that it was best to take it easy. He began to avoid walks, started sitting for longer periods, and in a short time, what was a minor discomfort turned into a more serious problem. Protruding veins, swollen ankles, and a constant burning sensation. When he sought help, the doctor said the condition was typical of poor circulation, aggravated by lack of activity. And all of this could have been avoided with small adjustments to his routine. What we want to show is that the body gives signs, and when these signs are ignored, the problem intensifies. But there is hope, and we are not talking about complex or inaccessible solutions, quite the contrary. The path to improvement begins with information and the decision to change habits that, despite seeming harmless, are harming your health every day. The good news is that all of this can be improved with simple changes. Small gestures in your daily life can make a huge difference in your circulation. And most importantly, there is indeed a natural, accessible, and powerful food that helps improve blood flow, reduces swelling, and aids in preventing new varicose veins. This food acts from the inside out, strengthening the veins, helping eliminate toxins, and promoting a true cleansing of the circulation. Calm down. The most important part is coming. In a moment, you will learn about this powerful ally that can transform your tired legs into light legs again. It can be included in the meals you already make without having to completely change your routine. And the benefits don't stop at your legs. This food also helps improve your energy levels, aids digestion, and strengthens your immune system. It's a safe, practical, and natural way to take care of your body without overloading it with medications. Before we continue, it's worth reinforcing. If you cross your legs for hours, if you drink little water, if you wear tight clothing, if you spend hours lying down without moving, or if you're relying solely on creams and compression stockings without looking inside your body, you may be hindering your own progress. It's important to understand that taking care of your circulation is a sum of small actions, and every right choice you make, no matter how small it may seem, is bringing you closer to a life with less pain, more lightness, and much more freedom. What you're about to discover may be the turning point in your recovery journey. The solution is closer than you imagine. And don't worry, because we're here to show you everything step by step, calmly, clearly, and always with great respect for your time and your story. In the next block, we'll reveal the food that could be your best friend at this stage of your life. We'll also teach you how to use it, how to enhance its effects with simple habits, and how to turn it all into a pleasurable routine filled with well-being. If you've identified with the symptoms, stories, and challenges up to this point, know that you're not alone. Many people have been in the same place and managed to turn the page, and with the right information, you can too. So stay with us, because what's coming next can completely change the way you live and take care of your body. Let's go together to the next step. The time everyone has been waiting for has arrived. Now we're going to reveal the powerful, natural, and accessible food that can become a true ally for those suffering from poor circulation in their legs and feet. This food is present at fairs, markets, and even in some people's backyards, and it carries within itself an enormous potential to improve the health of your veins and restore the lightness that seemed forgotten. We're talking about beets. That's right, the humble and vibrant beet. Many people have no idea, but it's a true gift from nature when it comes to circulation. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which when consumed are transformed in the body into a substance called nitric oxide. This substance has a very special function. It relaxes and dilates blood vessels, facilitating blood flow and reducing pressure on the walls of the veins. This means that blood can circulate better, with less effort and more fluidity. And the direct result of this is relief from that feeling of heaviness in the legs, a reduction in ankle swelling, and a significant improvement in the appearance of varicose veins. And there's more. Beets are also rich in antioxidants, iron, magnesium, and vitamin C, all nutrients that strengthen blood vessels and improve oxygenation throughout the body. The best part is that including beets in your routine is easier than it seems. You can start the day with a beet and orange or lemon juice. In addition to being tasty, it's refreshing and nutritious. Another option is to steam beets and include them in your lunch or dinner salads. It is also possible to grate it raw over rice or mix it with carrots for a colorful and healthy dish. If you prefer, blend it with apple and ginger in a blender for a functional juice that helps clear the veins and gives you more energy to face the day. And if you don't like the strong flavor of beets, there's a simple trick. Bake them in the oven with a drizzle of olive oil and herbs, such as oregano or rosemary. This softens the taste and enhances the natural sweetness of the vegetable. The important thing is that it is present in your daily life at least 3 times a week. There's no need to overdo it. The secret lies in regularity. Just as you don't gain weight overnight, you also don't recover circulation in 24 hours. But with consistency, the difference is real and noticeable. Of course, beets are a powerful ally, but they alone don't work miracles. The human body is like an orchestra. For everything to work in harmony, each part must contribute. Therefore, in addition to including beets in your diet, it is essential to adopt some simple attitudes that, when combined, will potentiate the results and transform your health from the inside out. The first of these is hydration. Many people believe that drinking little water is normal as they get older, but this is a mistake. When the body is dehydrated, the blood becomes thicker and circulates with difficulty. Drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water a day helps keep the blood fluid, improves kidney function, and facilitates the work of the veins. If you have difficulty remembering to drink water, keep a small bottle nearby, next to the armchair on the kitchen table, or next to the bed. Another essential habit is to elevate your legs for a few minutes every day, especially in the late afternoon. Lying down and supporting your legs on a pillow or leaning your feet against the wall for 15 minutes already helps the blood return to the heart more easily. This simple practice can alleviate swelling, reduce pain, and improve the quality of sleep. It's a small action, but with a huge impact on your well-being. It's also important to move your feet and ankles whenever you're sitting. Many people spend hours watching TV or reading and don't realize that the muscles in their legs are completely stationary. Making circular movements with your ankles or pretending you're stepping on the floor helps activate the so-called muscle pump, a natural mechanism that drives blood back to the heart. Do this from time to time, even if you're sitting. Your body will thank you. And of course, walking is essential. It doesn't have to be a long walk or even leaving the house. Just walk around the house, go from one room to another, go up and down a small step, walk around the yard or hallway. 15 minutes a day makes a difference. The movement of your legs stimulates venous return, strengthens muscles, and even improves your mood and energy. If possible, walk early in the morning or late in the afternoon when the sun is softer. And if you have company, even better. Walking and talking is lighter and more fun. These small actions, combined with including beats in your routine, form a solid foundation to improve circulation, reduce leg pain, relieve swelling, and even help control other conditions, such as high blood pressure. And the most beautiful thing about all this is knowing that it's never too late to start. Every choice you make, every glass of water you drink, every step you take is leading you to a lighter and more enjoyable life. It's never too late to take care of yourself. Your body is your home and deserves to be treated with care. Sometimes we spend so many years taking care of others, family, home, children and grandchildren that we forget to take care of ourselves. But now is your time. The time to look at your body with attention, listen to the signals it gives, and act with love. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with whatever is simplest. A juice in the morning, a light walk, an extra glass of water per day. Over time, this becomes a habit, and habit transforms life. And it's important to remember, don't expect results in 2 days, but if you start today, in a week, you'll already feel the difference in your legs and your spirit. The lightness that seemed lost, more restful sleep, renewed energy. And best of all this without expensive medicines, without pain, without invasive procedures. Just with information, attitude, and perseverance. Now that you know the ideal food, the attitudes that make a difference, and the guidance that can change your routine, we want to invite you to take one more step. If this content helped you, share it with someone who also suffers from leg pain. It could be a friend, a sister, a neighbor. Sometimes a simple video like this can be the nudge someone needs to change their life. And take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. We always bring simple and effective tips to improve your health and well-being, always with clear language, with respect and affection for you, who has lived so much and deserves to live even better. Leave your comment telling us if you already knew the benefits of beets or how your experience with leg circulation has been. We'll love to hear your story. And don't forget to click the link we left in the description. Taking care of your health doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it all starts with the right information at the right time. And now that you have this information, use it wisely. Your body will thank you. And your life will gain more lightness, more freedom and more joy. You deserve this. Until the next video.